Almost 2 years ago, a group of Jeepers got together to take on the challenge of the Georgia Traverse. This is a 400-mile adventure that goes cross-state through some of the most scenic parts of northern Georgia. Now, 2 years later, armed with some new tech by a company called COROS, we are venturing out to Cooper's Creek to explore a little bit further into this section of the Georgia Traverse. Join us on this adventure as we find some hidden gems and some really cool campsites.
What is up, you guys? It is K Swan with Road Rash Off-Road, and we're up here in North Georgia this weekend just exploring. A couple of years ago, we did the whole Georgia Traverse, a 400-mile traverse that goes from South Carolina all the way to Alabama. If you want to go back and watch that trip, click this link right up here. I'll post the link to that trip right up here. I've been thinking about that trip ever since, and there's so many spots that needs to be explored a little bit more. Now today we're going to start here in Springer Mountain, and we're going to cut all the way up to Cooper's Creek, which is one of the most pretty places on the Georgia Traverse. It's in the Chattahoochee National Forest area, and it's got a lot of scenic views there. We're going to go up there and explore a little bit of Cooper's Creek today. Let's go. So it's really cold up here in North Georgia. I say really cold, relatively, I guess, to what you guys would think. For us, it's about 36 degrees. That's cold if you ask me, especially to do some camping. It's going to be about 26 tonight. The issue is that Georgia has now activated a no-burn law right now because of all the forest fires, potential forest fires. So it's going to be a cold one tonight. We're going to have to see how that goes. But today we want to kind of explore a little bit more of this particular area of the Georgia Traverse. This gives us a perfect opportunity to try out some brand new tech that was just sent to me. A company by the name of COROS has sent me their brand new Vertix 2 Adventure Watch. Now, this Adventure Watch is a GPS watch, not your traditional workout smartwatch. This is a watch that is connected to all 5 major satellite systems in the sky. So it gives you the most accurate GPS signal location that you can get. Now, for an adventure watch, we want to test this out and see if it's going to be a great addition to the Road Rash Pack Out. It's made of titanium with a sapphire glass, and COROS claims that this watch can go 60 days on one charge. Let's put this thing to the test. So this little area out here, this forest road, is called Bull Mountain, but it's also Springer Mountain. They're kind of side by side. And the last time I was out here, it was snowing. And if you guys haven't seen that video, click this link right here. I'll post it right there. But I was out here exploring Springer Mountain for the first time. As the sun was going down, the snow was turning to ice. And so when you're up here on Springer Mountain, well manicured forest roads, but when that road starts to turn to ice and you see drop-offs on both sides and your Jeep is sliding down the hill, I was up here by myself and I said, I'm gonna have to turn around and explore this another time because I don't want to end up in a ditch by myself. So I'm kind of excited to come back up here to Springer Mountain and kind of use this as a cut through to go up to Cooper's Creek. It's about a 9-10 mile ride off-road, some great scenic stuff, but I get to finally come up here and finish Springer Mountain. Recently, I've been so busy this time of year with work that I haven't really gotten out to spend a lot of time exploring or kind of decompressing. So this is going to be a really nice little weekend to get away by myself. Most of my last few trips have been large group trips. They've been trips that I've taken with my Jeep Club or with friends. And I kind of miss getting out here and actually just exploring by myself. Just me and my dog. So, looking forward to, look how beautiful that is. This time of year, fall, November, December-ish, is when all the leaves are falling off up here in Chattahoochee National Forest, which makes for some absolutely spectacular views. Take a look at that. That is absolutely stunning. North Georgia has some of the most beautiful scenic views in the Southeast. I'm not being biased because I live here, but I'm a little biased. I'm gonna take a second just to get a little something to eat, make some sandwiches, maybe grab some water, let my dog stretch his legs and use the bathroom. But it is so peaceful out here. I don't hear anything other than her rummaging around in the leaves. It is so beautiful. Look at the scenery. All right, let's jump back in, head down the trail, explore a little bit. Davi, here. Hey, up. Good girl. It's totally that moment when you turn a corner and you go, well, which way do I go? Do I want to go up or do I want to go down? I bet you there might be some really cool views going up. I guess we could go either way. We could go up. This up goes around Malden Gap, goes all the way back around over here. Down goes this way to Frank Gross Recreation Area. I don't know where that is, but where we're trying to get to is up here. So I think we're going to have to go up. Always like going up. Let's go. We'll come back and explore down later. The temperature's dropping fast. I think just since I've been up here, it's probably dropped down to about 30 degrees now. Over here in the shadows, water's frozen, coming down off the mountain. I'm gonna park the Jeep for a second and kind of explore this whole little area here because it looks really cool. So quiet, so peaceful. Don't slip on the ice now. Oh, there you go. It's a nice little stop. Stretch the legs, kind of explore a little bit. Temperature's dropping like crazy. I gotta crank the heat in this thing. I'm cold. Let's go. So we're at this really cool little intersection here. It's called Cooper's Gap. And back up this way, you got Springer and Bull Mountain where we just came from. Look at me, I got my mittens on. My hands were getting cold. It's cold here. But what's kind of cool about this little intersection, it splits off into 4 different ways. You got this way that goes to Suches. This way goes a little bit further down, the Springer Mountain, continue that way. And then this way is going to take us up to Cooper's Creek where we're going to head. But what is actually really cool about this, if you see this trail coming down through here, this is actually the Appalachian Trail. It travels down from the top of this mountain through here, crosses through this intersection, and then crosses back up that way. And the Appalachian Trail continues on that way. So the Appalachian Trail actually goes straight through this little crossing intersection. It's kind of cool. But we're going to probably head down this way. I'm going to take the opportunity to kind of take a look at this COROS Vertix 2 watch that they sent me because it's doing some really kind of cool things I want to show you. Hang on. So we're back here in map view on the COROS watch, and you can see the intersection that we were just talking about. You got the 4 roads coming in here. There's your Appalachian Trail right here. I can actually go in and mark my territory and mark my spot right here so that we can always go back and find out where we are. If we wanted to kind of venture out and walk along that Appalachian Trail, I can always find my way back to the Jeep. But what I want to do is actually take you back to the Road Rash office and show you just how easy it is to integrate the GAIA GPX files into your watch so that we can operate GAIA off of our COROS Vertix 2, making this the perfect adventure watch. Let's head back to the Road Rash office and load up these GAIA maps. So I'm in my GAIA. I have my maps out here. This is the Georgia Traverse here. I'm not going to go through how to work GAIA. I'm sure you guys probably know how to use GAIA, but I've got my Georgia Traverse up. It's this full map. And I want to go to this section here. So the easiest thing to do, once you have your track set up right here, you can go to export to GPX, and then that downloads directly to your downloads folder. You could email it to yourself, Swan at Road Rash Off-Road. Now, once you've emailed it to yourself, you could pull it up on your cell phone. And then once you pull it up, it's going to ask you where you want to save this file. Now, you can save it straight to the COROS if you look at the bottom of all the selections on where to save it to. If you don't see it, scroll over, hit the More button, and hit COROS. And then it pops into COROS. We'll save. I'm just going to change this name to say the Georgia Traverse, because that's what this is. And then we'll save it. We will sync it with our watch. And it's done. So you can see that it's super easy to still do all of your plotting and everything that you need to do on GAIA to get your trails and your waypoints all set up. Transfer that directly over to your GPS smartwatch, your COROS smartwatch. And then you got the safety and the security of knowing that even if, when you lose cell service, that your maps don't go down. You still have access at all times to a satellite GPS mapping system to get you back onto the trail and back safely to the nearest city. This is going to be a game changer, and we are super excited to add this to the new Road Rash Overlanding Packout. Let's hit the trails. So now that we're back here at the trailhead and we've got all of our GAIA GPX files loaded into the COROS watch, I want to go ahead and load in our Georgia Traverse maps into the watch. And you can see just how easy it is. We're acquiring GPS signal right now. You can see just how easy it is to start loading in our GAIA map. So now we are in our GAIA maps, and it is going to show us exactly where we need to go to get to our trailhead. So off to Cooper's Creek. We are officially on the Georgia Traverse. We are here at Cooper's Creek, which is one of the most awesome, beautiful places in the Chattahoochee in this northern Georgia area. Aside from the Cohutta, you know how much I love the Cohutta, but I love Cooper's Creek too. If you guys did not see our Georgia Traverse trip, I sectioned out a very specific section that was a Cooper's Creek section, and I'm going to tag that right up here, partly because if you're interested in watching it, click that link and watch it, but also I'm curious, I want to go back and watch it again, that little section, to see how much it's different from this trip versus the actual Traverse trip. I'm sure that the landscape has changed a little bit, and I want to tag it up there so I can go back and look at it. But we are at Cooper's Creek. Let's explore. Been up here to Cooper's Creek since we were on the Traverse, and this really makes me miss that trip. That trip was a special trip. Being out here in Cooper's Creek brings back a lot of memories of that trip, and I really kind of miss that trip. I think I need to put that on the list to do it again. See, this is the kind of thing that I was hoping to find. When we were doing the Traverse, we were on an agenda, so we had it foot down on the pedal on the trail, but I wanted to come back out here to Cooper's Creek and see if I could potentially find some new trails, some new systems that we haven't seen before. So I was just driving and I saw this one. And of course, the first thing that we always say when we see one of those roads is we go, I wonder where that goes. So let's find out. What a cool little find this trail is. It's really tight, not well traveled, and you can't really tell from the video, but this curves around some trees here, and then right when it gets about right there, it's pretty steep going up there. I'm probably going to go ahead and put it in for low, only because it's not so well traveled. So I think possibly these leaves are going to be a little slick trying to go up this hill here. So let's check it out. I so hope that there's like a really cool campsite up here, like a hidden little gem or something. Oh boy, I'm up. Oh, we're already sliding tires. So I'm gonna have to get out and look at this and navigate it real quick. There's a couple little bendy things, and I'm sitting at like an angle like this. It's not too bad, but I'm maybe a 25-degree angle right now, so it is putting me back in my seat. And because this trail is not well traveled, like I said, the falling leaves are making it kind of slick on the ground. So going through this little curvy spot here, I want to make sure that I know what I'm getting into and there's no stumps on the ground. But what a cool trail. I really hope that it opens up to like a cool campground up there, or campsite, or at least opens up, because the last thing I want to do is try to back down this thing. So it looks like it stops right here. Good thing is there is a place where I could kind of back up and turn around. But let's explore a little bit. Yo, this is beautiful. It is a campsite. There's a fire ring right here that someone made. What a cool private find. It's not too big, so you're not going to be able to fit 8 or so rigs in here, but I think you could probably you can get at least 4 in here. The only other thing is it's not too flat, so those who are sleeping in ground tents, you're going to have a little difficulty trying to find a flat spot. But for us who sleep in the rigs, we can just level them out with some max tracks or something. But let's explore this a little bit. I want to kind of walk around and see what we can find. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mark my spot here on my COROS watch, just so I can know that I can find my way back to the Jeep, since I'm in territory I'm not familiar with. So the first thing we're going to do is pop into the COROS watch. We're going to save our location, and that way, if we're out venturing around and we're walking around, we can always find our way back. We're going to go to location here. We're going to hit save location. That is going to drop a pin. And then right there on save location, it actually gives us our GPS coordinates. And it says we're right now about 2,694 feet above sea level. So some pretty cool information. We're going to drop that pin. It's saved. And so now we can go to our maps and we can now explore. It's acquiring some satellites. And then once we zoom in, it's got our location saved right there. So let's roam around and explore. We left the camp, but we've got our adventure watch with us, so I'm pretty sure that we can find our way back. We're just gonna explore a little bit and see what is around here. I hope we don't bump into any crazy wildlife animals, or maybe we do. I don't know. So after about a mile back, we made it to the top of the ridge where you can actually see down into the creek. But I'm confident now as I look around and I'm like, I don't see the Jeep. I've got my pinned mark right here. And now we can head back to the Jeep. We'll just follow the COROS. There we are. We're gonna zoom in a little bit. Moving. There we are. Almost there. Let's go. All right. Come on. There it is. There's road rash. I'll tell you, the Vertix 2, it does add a very secure peace of mind whenever you are leaving the campsite and you want to go explore. It was so easy to kind of look at the map and always have connection to your spot or to your rig or to your people so easily. I think she sees an animal. She was just like alerted, ears up. But it was so easy just to walk back, look at the map, and find where the road rash Jeep was. I think it's going to be a good permanent addition to the pack out. Let's move on. What goes up must come down. The hill was pretty fun coming up. Let's hope those leaves don't slide too much going down. We're back on Cooper's Creek exploring. The sun is starting to go down. I know it's only about 5 o'clock, but when you get out here in the woods and in the trees and you got a lot of that shade, then you lose light a lot faster. So We're gonna keep going down Cooper's. We're gonna find a really good campsite. We're gonna have to post up camp pretty quick while we still have daylight, because we have a no burn, no fire, no burn in North Georgia up here. So we're gonna have to probably set up camp while we still have some daylight. There's a nice little dispersed campground right next to the river. What do you think? Think that might be camp for tonight? Just as I was about to back up and go look at this campsite right here, I looked right across from me and I saw another trail. And the first thing I thought was, I wonder where that goes. The last time I did that, I found a little gym. I think we need to go check out and see what's down this road. Yo, that looks cool. 4 low. Let's go. All right, we got some water, so I'm gonna get out, poke it with a stick a little bit, see how deep it is. Oh, look at that, I got me a stick right here. It actually looks like it's iced over. It's got ice on it. Doesn't feel too deep, but it is soft at the bottom. I don't know. What do you think? Should I go for it? If it is rutted, it's going to be rutted on the 2 sides where the wheels are. So maybe if I hug this driver's side, it's going to be less rutted going down the middle here. It's got to be really soft because it keeps pulling me down to that passenger side. See it? Hey Ma, watch this. So now I'm faced with the next dilemma. There's 2 trails. One that goes that way, one that goes up this way. This one actually looks like a dead end. I can kind of see maybe something up here, maybe kind of looks like a fire pit or something. Let's go this way. This is definitely not a well-traveled space back here. There's trees down everywhere. But there's something up here. What is that? Dude, it's a cemetery. That's pretty sick. I want to see what the dates are on them. So it says this is the Berkey Harkins, 1898. So Catherine, 1812, 1862. This is a pretty well preserved monument here. Now they got some other tombstones over here. These look very, very old. These have dates on them. Asleep with Jesus. I don't see a date on it though. Now this one has something just barely inscribed on it right there, but it's so old, it's like worn out, I can't even read it. These are all really old little tombstones here. I can only imagine, look, they're everywhere. They've got all these little tombstones. I can only imagine that if that one over here is 1812, some of these have to be well into the early 1800s. They're everywhere though. See these little ones here? That is a cool, really cool find up here. It's getting dark and I got to get back through that puddle again and hopefully not get stuck. So we're going to have to get out and go back up that way before the sun goes down. This is why we explore, to find really cool stuff like this. The only problem is, now I can't see out my window. So, I believe that beeping is actually the COROS Vertix 2 is telling me that I'm off the traverse right now. That's kind of cool. It just beeps at you and says, hey buddy, you're off the trail. I'm back out at the main road here, so I could go look at that original camp that I had just found before I took off down this road. Kind of cool. Check this out. Got a little entrance here. We'll pull in. I don't think I need it in four-wheel drive. I believe this might be the perfect campsite. This is awesome. Let me give you a look around. You know, this campsite is sick. First of all, it's right off kind of the main road here. Cooper's Creek. It turns here. You can actually, this is one of the main roads that go this way. You can either go straight here, turn, goes over this little bridge right here, and then you got another main road that kind of goes around the east side of Cooper's Creek. Now, when you pull in, you got these two rocks open. You can drive in, but it's got two fire pits. You've got one fire pit here that's big enough probably for, I don't know, 3 Jeeps, a couple of ground tents. And then you walk over here, another really large campsite, a big fire pit here, enough for another probably 3 Jeeps or so, some ground tents back there, and you're sitting right next to the river. This is the campsite, bro. And if you had other Jeepers or other off-roaders who didn't sleep in their Jeeps, they could actually park along the side of the road here and set up ground tents. This might be my favorite campsite down here at Cooper's Creek. I'm going to mark it on GAIA. If you guys want the GPS locations for this, just let me know. I'll send it to you. But what a cool site. And if you've got a big group of people, I mean, it's cool if you're just by yourself, but if you've got a big group of people, say 8 or 10 people looking to go camping, this is a spot that can hold you. I'm going to set up camp. There's a no burn rule, so I won't be able to burn a fire. So this might be the end of my video for now, because probably I'm going to end up just crawling in my Jeep, making some dinner, and going to sleep with my heater on. It's getting really, really cold. All right, see you for part 2 of Cooper's Creek. This is awesome. I missed the traverse, man. Like and subscribe to Road Rash Off-Road. Share the videos if you're interested in any of the information that we post about upgrades on your Jeep or locations that we are in northern Georgia. Share it with your friends. DM me. I always answer. Peace out.